Hi. So imagine if you could have your own new little state that you could manage collectively with a decentralized community where you were the ones who chose exactly what to do and you could do anything you want. Cool, right? Awesome. And unfortunately, it is not possible in politics, but there is a place where you can do this without getting in trouble, without going to jail because you're being disobedient or rebellious or you're going against the state. Oh. Well, in my research, I turned to a place where you can safely do this without getting in trouble, and it's in open source environments where if you don't like the direction a project is taking, you can just take its source code and use it to create your own project. You fork it. I think that this rationality of freedom of expression, politically speaking, could solve many of the fundamental problems that come when you have to be under the authority of a centralized government. So, to me, it became interesting to see if we could extrapolate those dynamics of open source and use it in a non-software production framework. Basically, what I want is to implement a model for decision making that is so decentralized and hierarchical that can hardly be co-opted. Excluding, obviously, the threat of hacking and the fact that if, in principle, anybody can choose what to do, what not to do, we could end up with places where things we don't want to happen are allowed. But yet, still, collectively, we already have ways to overcome problems like that, as well as I know that we have the technologies to solve problems that emerge along the way. I'm also very sure that it just doesn't make sense anymore to continue obeying rules made by individuals who are endowed with the capacity of decision making mainly because of their popularity, power, money, armies, and guided only by their own intuition and beliefs, and with a huge manufactory of economic power behind them, make decisions in the name of millions of people like if it was actually possible for a reduced group of individuals to represent a huge, complex, diverse community where individuals have many faces in their lives and are not only defined by their gender or profession or desires or histories, but a lot of things, some of which are not even determined. It just doesn't make sense. It is logically flawed. It is self-governable, but it's no longer possible to organize or control a human society in a top-down way. So, internet-based technologies such as open source give us a place to look for tools where we want to have more direct political participation. That means no voting, no representatives, no state frontiers, and very importantly, decision-making processes by means of information processing dynamics that resemble the structures and the topologies of human social systems. My laptop ran out of battery. Probably it would go in the direction of having a decision-making system that works in a networked, decentralized, open, adaptive, parallel, asynchronous, and incomplete, yes, but at least natural, rather than choosing a selected group of individuals, putting them in a chamber to talk to each other ad hoc. So I'm just in my research trying to solve the questions, many of the questions that are around the subject of in a world where citizens and governors seem to be shifting towards users, contributors, and a platform what might we end up with, and what would be an optimal or at least a suboptimal model for decision making? A centralized, watchful, and privacy invasive centralized authoritative government, or a self-organized anarchy? Probably a middle point, a place where, or a world where virtual reality helps prevent and also fulfill the need for certain crimes that some people are just tuned to do, without that meaning that we are watched all the time, although we are and we will be. So I don't know yet what's the answer, because it's a very big, it's a very So I'm just trying to create a model that hopefully in the following years could help me solve some of the most fundamental questions that at the moment I have, and that would share a bit of light on this subject. So that's it.